I'm so stoked right now. I'm so stoked. I'm sitting outside. It's kind of raining. I'm wearing my robe. I don't care because I really wanted to just start recording this video because I'm really happy because last night I had a full circle moment on this lesson that I've been learning this year, that I've been processing and integrating, and I got to turn around and in the moment in which it was unfolding, I got to give advice to a friend of mine about this very same thing that I've learned, and it was big for me. And this is all about when you feel like you are or have been losing friends. Now, in my previous video, I briefly kind of talked about this a little bit, especially with this like end of year, new year kind of energy, just reflecting on, a lot of the year, and, we're dropping like what no longer serves us, like blah, blah, blah. This has been big for me this year. So last night, I was with a friend of mine, and we were talking about this. I can't go into like so much exact detail because these are other people's lives, but I can give like the basic gist of this. She was telling me how she feels like she's lost a couple people who were like her best friends. I can sure as hell relate to that, for sure. I know she just didn't quite like understand it, and for one of her friendships, she felt like she kind of fucked it up or something, but she went on about how close she was to this person, how much she loved this person, and how much of an impact this person has made on her life. And when she fucked it up, she ended up learning a lot from that. It taught her a lot about herself and the kind of person that she wants to be, what she wants out of life and relationships, and is the kind of person she wants to be. But she was hung up on the fact that she felt like she fucked up the friendship and really wants this person back in her life because that was such a great friendship, and look at how great this was and how beneficial and loving it was, and blah blah blah. And I was like, girl, sometimes in these like types of like relationships, it doesn't matter how long the person is like supposed to be in your life or how long they're going to be in your life. Like, that's not the point. That's not what it's about. It's what you can get out of your time together while you are together, what you're, maybe what you're supposed to learn from it, what you're meant to learn from it. She said to me that one of her like core beliefs is that we all have our own singular journey in life. It's all about you and your journey, and people are gonna come and go, weave in and out. Sometimes you're together for quite a long time, and sometimes you're not. And even like a life partner, like maybe you part in death or whatever the circumstance is, but it's all about you and your singular journey. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. So she brought that up and she was making that a point. And I used that point to make my point, which was, it's not about how long they're in your life, it's what you're gonna get out of it. And maybe your perceived fuck up was maybe how that was supposed to go. Maybe that's how it was meant to be. But look at what you learned from it. Look at what you got out of it. Like, maybe that's what was supposed to happen. It's not about whether the person's gonna stay in your life or not. So me saying that just kind of like blew her mind, I guess. And she felt like it was a closure moment. Another thing that I added to that what I told her, and this is something that I've been definitely telling myself, this year, is that, very simply put, sometimes you're just not a match to people. Like, maybe you could have been a match and been friends with somebody for so long, or been such best friends. That was while you were a match. But as you continue to go down your path and your journey and do what you're doing and being the kind of person that you want to be, and they're doing that exact same thing simultaneously, doing themselves, sometimes you go this way and they go that way, and you're just not a match. And that's not good or bad, it just is. So there's a lot of acceptance that you gotta have for some stuff like this. I personally think that perspective helps me. I think it helped her. Just understanding, simply put, y'all are just not a match, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. If you can learn something from the time that you're together, the experiences that you've had, that's what makes it, that's the point. That's what makes it all worthwhile. And that's taken a lot for me, you know, before this moment, to really fucking accept and process and integrate and understand. So to be able to turn around and give somebody advice on something that's been so hard for me, that's taken a lot for me to understand, and I was able to turn around and help somebody understand it themselves, dude, what a fucking feeling. That makes me so happy. That's what I want in my life. Like, teaching to the clarity of my example. That's what I want. And I'm so fucking grateful that we got to have that moment last night in this conversation. So I definitely wanted to make a video about it and make this a point and just tell people about this. Like, yo, it's okay. And it's okay to be like fucking upset about it for a hot minute too. Take as long as you need to learn this. I took quite a while this year to really get this, and I'm okay with it. And I'm not gonna continue to stress out or be upset about this, because it's okay. You gotta do you. That's the most important thing. You gotta do you, and the right people will come along and be a part of your life.